Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy, it's a pleasure, it's my honor to be greeting you and always bring this message of emancipation to you, whereby I'm pointing you to look inwardly to discover that your real identity is your divinity. That is why I will never point you to look outwardly, because the kingdom of God is within you. That's Luke 17:21. And in Matthew 6:33, you're also told that you must seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. But let me just say that if you're listening to me for the very first time, I want to let you know that the basis of my teachings is that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. For the Bible is not literal, neither is the Bible secular history. And the Bible was written symbolically. Also, it has no reference to anyone that existed thousands of years ago or to any actual event that took place on earth thousands of years ago. From Genesis 1 to Revelation 22, it's all a great psychological drama. It's all have to do with the human psyche. So with that being said, I want to speak to you concerning success, and how success starts in the mind. For everything starts in the mind. So if you want to be successful, one of the very first thing that you have to learn is the law of mentalism. That everything has to first be an idea. It has to first be a thought. And then you have to realize that when you have an idea or a thought, that it is you having a spiritual sensation, because that desire that you're feeling is a spiritual sensation. And the reason why it's a spiritual sensation is because your spirit having a human experience, and the only substance that you can use to create is the invisible substance. So the invisible you is pulling from an invisible substance that must manifest and materialize when it's been channeled in the right direction with the understanding of energy, vibration, and frequency. So anyone in this world who's living the life of a millionaire or a billionaire, they will force a millionaire or a billionaire from within. So all riches begins within. Therefore, poverty also starts within, or begins within. It's all a state of mind. So my brother and my sisters, if you want to create the perfect life as you see it fit, because everyone has different desire, the key is you have to start from within. And the best way to start from within is to first love yourself and embrace yourself and accept yourself just as you are right now. Because unless you can see that you are the Lord and Master of your destiny, and that it is your thoughts that is creating your reality, and that you can create your reality consciously, unless you can see that and see it vividly, you would not be able to create your reality. Because wherever there is doubt and fear, there is a limitation. It's an obstacle. It's a distraction. And it's going to shift you thousands and thousands and even millions of miles away from your goals, from your dream. And that is why, my brothers and my sisters, You have to have definiteness of purpose. You must know exactly what you want before you can create that which you so desire. You got to know exactly what you want, why you want it, and how would it affect your life and the life of others. Because you have to realize that as it is within, so is it without. When you realize that everything you see on the outside, it is a projection of what is within, then you will realize that your outer environment is reflecting your inner environment. So when you realize that, you wouldn't be the person who would become anxious and be worrying about manifesting things in your life. When you put your imagination to work on your behalf, knowing that God is your imagination, the creator and everyone, you wouldn't worry, you wouldn't fret, and you wouldn't be looking to see if the thing is going to manifest. And that is why many people do not be successful in using their mind power to achieve their every desire, because they're looking forward to accomplish something that has already been accomplished. They're looking forward to create something that has already been created. All you have to do is to get on that frequency. And when you get on that frequency, you'll be able to magnetize that thing to you. But you have to get on the same frequency so you can magnetize that thing that you so desire in your world. That's how you create. So you want to be a millionaire, you have to first be convinced within yourself that you are already a millionaire when everything seems to be going wrong all around you. And when you have that feeling inside of you, your subconscious mind do not know the difference. So you're actually tricking or deceiving your subconscious mind into being whoever you want to be, because your subconscious mind is impartial. Your subconscious mind do not know the difference. And that is hidden in the Bible, in the story of Isaac, Jacob, and Esau, where Jacob gets the blessing. Where Isaac was blind, it is teaching you of the subconscious mind. And as long as the subconscious mind can receive that feeling that you're giving to the subconscious mind, or you're impressing the subconscious mind with, the subconscious mind have no other choice but to pronounce the blessing on you. And that is right in the Bible. And you, who is Jacob the supplanter, you will come to have a change of name. You become Israel, one that rules with God. Because Israel means to rule as God. You come to realize that the self of man is God, the creator. Then you will realize that when the Bible speaks of the secret of creation in St. John chapter 1, starting from verses 1, where it says that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the same was in the beginning with God. It says that all things were made by Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. You will realize that is not speaking of a man 2,000 years ago. That is a personification of the human imagination. And then you will realize that without imagination there isn't anything made that was made. And that everything that ever going to be made in this world, it must first be imagined. So when you realize that Your imagination is the immortal man. And you realize that the eternal body of man is his imagination. And when the Bible speaks of God in man, it is speaking of the human imagination. When you realize that, then you will realize that everything begins within, and that all success begins within. And all successful men and women, they are self-made. And so you can reconstruct your life to how you want it to be. And that's why you're told that you must not be conformed to the world. When you say you must not be conformed to the world, it is teaching you the systematic way of the world whereby it wants to have you to think and to act, that you must not conform to that way. But you must be transformed by the renewing of your mind, which means all renewing takes place within. All changing of state takes place within. So there are infinite states of mind. And anyone can fall into the different states of mind. But they can be changed. So the man who might be the thief today, if he rearranges his mind, he can become the lawyer, he can become the judge. So as I always say to you, the rich man, the poor man, the beggar man, the thief, it's one mind with different arrangement of the same mind. So the principle of success starts with you believing in yourself, you embracing yourself. And that is why religion is the worst thing that can happen to you as a person. Because religion is pointing you to believe in a God outside of yourself, to believe in a power outside of yourself. There's so many people who look like me. I want to say who look like me, I'm speaking about melanated people, who literally believe that a man gonna come from the sky to save them someday. And that this man has blue eyes and blonde hair. They really believe that. They really believe that it had a special man who would have lived 2,000 years ago, that born from a woman who was still a virgin, and he has special powers, and failed to realize that the virgin birth is a birth that can take place with a man or a woman, because it's a birth from the skull. And I'm speaking from experience. And that is why, my brothers and my sisters, I'm teaching you that the key to success, it begins within. And you have to be successful from within. That is why you have to trust this wisdom that I'm bringing to you. Like for example, in my country, if I have to teach the people in my country how to be healthy, wealthy and wise, I guarantee you that 99.99% of them would want to see that I display material things for them to have any kind of belief in what I am teaching. But I've always said this: I do not want anyone to believe me based on material things, because it would be that it is the material things that they really believe in. It is the material things that they are going after, and not really the wisdom. I would rather to be respected for my wisdom than to be respected for material things. Because at the end of the day, when you come to understand true wisdom, and you come to understand who you are, and you have the experience like what I would have had, like the bird from the skull, and you come into total bliss, a place of happiness, you realize that what most people are yearning for in this life is true happiness, wholeness, true wellness. That's what people are yearning for. So in order to fill the gap, many seek the material things. So sometimes when you tell people about this truth, the first thing they say to you is that, show me how teach me how I can win the lottery. Because at the level of mentality at the time, But when they grow in wisdom and understanding, they will realize that everything is illusion. And then they will realize that success, true success, it starts within, it begins within. That's why we become what we think about. And that is the secret of success. Many people think it's about how much education you have or how many books you read. But we become what we think about, because thoughts become things. So my brother, my sister, if you're listening to me, nothing wrong with getting wealth. I would have made over 600 plus videos just teaching my followers concerning how to discover themselves and how to seek the kingdom. But right now, I'm in a vibration of manifestation. I'm in the vibration of success, and I'm telling you to get on that vibration with me also and receive your harvest, because you've been following this message for a very long time, and it's time for you to reap the success in your life. It is time now for you to vibrate on that level. I know when I've come to that place. You see, my brothers and my sisters, I don't do nothing unless my intuition lead me and guide me. Since I made this YouTube channel, all I was focusing on is to teach people to look within themselves, to believe in themselves, to seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added. And just recently, I was here, sitting right where I'm sitting here, and meditating. And I've been inspired, and I just started to write different topics to speak on, and all of them have to do with success and manifesting. And then I found where a follower sent me the video with Creflo Dollar. And then I found a man on YouTube who was making fun off of prosperity preachers and so on. And I see how they are misusing the law. And how do I know that they are misusing the law? Because I've come to the place of experiencing the promise, which is the bird from the skull. Because everyone in this world is actually using the law. Just mean that some are using the law ignorantly because they do not know. And some are using it consciously. So those who are using it consciously, I could term them as conscious deliberate creators. They can create their reality consciously. They can write down what they want and so on and then manifest it. Some call it law of attraction. But it's far more than that. Because you can come to a higher place of experiencing the birth from the skull, of actually waking up out of the dream of life and understand success in its totality. So I'm not saying you shouldn't be successful in getting material gains. No, I'm not saying that you should. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, because right now I'm on that vibration. I'm on that frequency. And I'm asking of you to vibrate there with me also. This is your time. If you've been listening to me for a long time, as I would have said before, and you have desire to prosper, you have desire to expand, you have a desire to accumulate things in your life, I'm saying to you, if you see yourself as a disciple, and as I say already, a disciple is a follower. I want to follow you wherever you go, is your thought. So if your thought or your mindset is vibrating with my mindset, you understand what I'm saying? Then you are a true disciple. And if you're a true disciple, believe me when I'm saying to you, this is the time for abundance in your life. This time for prosperity, this time for success. Just activate that power within. Just remember, our success begins within. And that's the main lesson I want to get across to you. All success begins within. So I want to thank you very much for listening to me bring this message of abundance to you. This message of you taking hold of your birthright, because it's your natural state of being. All around you is abundance. And you have to see that abundance that is all around you, within you, and live that life. So do not forget to take your pen and your paper and write down your desire. And do not forget to use your imagination before you go to bed. And use your imagination as you wake in the morning also. Also, remember to practice mindful breathing. I like to do my breathing before I go into my meditation. And you can do the same. And always remember the power that you're using to create. It is the power of the sun, as in the S-U-N. It is also the sexual power. It is the power that is in everyone that must one day awake when you have an awakened imagination. It's your God power. Make full use of your God power. So let me end here by saying, if you're listening to me for the very first time and what I'm saying to you is making sense to you and it's really resonating with you, then it is for you. And my encouragement to you is to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, to like, to share, to comment. Also, before I leave, let me say to you that this message I bring to you, that it is the single eye. Yes, the single eye message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 says that if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And I'm saying to you, my brothers and my sisters, hadn't it been that single eye opens within me when I awake from the dream of life, after I would have experienced that great mighty shaking, and I would have heard the unearthly wind, and I ascend like a fiery being and burst my crown chakra, actually rolling the stone away, and came out of my skull. Like when a woman gave birth to a child, I pulled myself out of my skull and became invisible. And there was nothing. I became one with the wind. Hadn't it been that I would have had that experience, I would not have been here bringing this message to you. I'm always saying to you, do not let anyone in this world ever deceive you by making you believe that the eye above the pyramid and the US dollar is an evil symbol. No, it is the eye of the mystic, the eye of the prophet. It is the all-seeing eye of God in you, who is your imagination. For you will have an awakened imagination, and you will come to understand what the symbol really means. And that is why I always give you the symbol by putting my hand above my crown chakra, saying to you that when you have the experience, you come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in an S-O-N, and that it is the dawning of a new day in your life. For the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. For without the sun, there is no life, and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. Therefore, my brother and my sister, you are also encouraged in Psalm 84:11 that the Lord thy God is a sun and a shield, and no good thing will he withhold from you. And the sun, as in the S-U-N, has never withhold any good thing from you. For the sun is what powers all of humanity. And also in Malachi 4:2, you're told that the sun, as in the S-U-N of righteousness, shall arise in you with healing in his wings. And that is why that sun that has been risen in me have me bringing healing to all of humanity by pointing you to look inwardly and saying to you to use your mind power, which is your sun power, your solar power, your creative power, your God power, which is the sexual power. Use that power to achieve your every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.